Good morning, YouTube. I'm Robert Firestone, Flyover State in West Virginia. Um, 8:49 a.m., 10/14/2019. 40 degrees. It was 30 some this morning. I got some things I gotta do around the little homestead later after it warms up. Forgive me of my morning hair. Well, you understand. But anyway, the things that's going on out here, I've said it before, and I'm just now hearing this out of other truthers and people that's trying to get the real news out to people to wake them up. Okay, California's going to go through a wake up like it ain't never seen before. The good thing about that is, depends on what part of the state they started in. If they're back towards Humboldt, uh, they're gonna have a firefight on their ass because there's a whole bunch of retired um, ex-military that live out there that grow a whole lot of good marijuana, and they start hearing gunfire like is being expected. They're gonna hear. They're gonna be coming out of the fucking woodwork like roaches. Okay, people have common sense. Don't give your guns up. Okay. Um, Around here in West Virginia, um, most of the West Virginia cops have an understanding because they're standing in the same place that we are. They might be wearing their badge, but they have an understanding on what their rights are. And they go if they to come go against my rights, they're going against theirs too, and they know it. So 90% of them out here have an understanding to stick their own foot in their own ass is a mistake because them to go take a gun off one of their cousins, uncles, or whoever, they know they're next. Okay, the things that's going to be trying to take your guns from y'all. Okay, at least I'm figuring 75, 80, 90%. Okay, people have this understanding. They're foreign to this soil. Okay, if you think that's what they're up to and they come knock on your door, okay, stand behind a locked door, but stand out of the way. When they come busting through, put a fucking bullet in their ass. Spray them, nuke them, do whatever you need to do, and have an understanding, have 911 on your phone calling the police for breaking and entering. By the time the cops get there, you've got 3 or 4 UN soldiers laying on the ground out there, either wounded or dead. It'd be preferably if you put a bullet in them before they die. Okay? A lot of people, it's going to be a hard pressed situation. But I'm telling y'all, and I've been saying it for a long time, they're not going to give us the choice. They will not. Whether y'all want to believe it or not, that's up to y'all because you got to have an understanding of the so called leaders in this country, the ones that's been put into power for so long, slowly, okay, bombarded the court systems, the lawyers, the cops, okay. Very few places in the United States, these bigger cities, are prisons. I've been saying it. You know how fast they could lock New York down and capture every damn one of y'all? Y'all gang members out there that's packing and toting, y'all better start getting bigger gun supplies in so you can turn them loose on the streets when these idiots start marching on your ass like Nazis. Okay? The UN soldiers, for the last, I don't know, 6 years, I've been watching video after video after video, people recording this shit, okay, of these fucking vehicles coming in, tanks and trucks and all kinds of bullshit from the UN, okay? Obama and everybody's done been setting this shit up. One way or another, they're trying to get rid of the president of the United States, known as Donald Trump, whether you like him or not. You better have some understanding that 99% of you that's marching up and down the street with your liberal ass hanging out, thinking that you got some kind of God-given right. No, they're giving you a privilege because you're a fucking useful idiot. That's what it boils down to. But you don't want to see that. The problem of it is once they get me's like me and other people down to a certain population, then they come after you because you're a waste to them too. You breathe air, motherfuckers. You're rats. That's all you are. Why do you think they keep trying to destroy these cities? Okay? It's to put y'all in y'all's place. Y'all want to talk about slavery? Y'all been slaved and you don't know it. You can't afford to leave. It's called a fucking thumb in a knapsack. Okay? Sell every fucking thing you got, stick your money in your fucking pocket, and get out of that fucking state. Or that city. If you got half a fucking chance. Okay? I can get on Craigslist. Any one of y'all can do this. Okay? If you're just looking for a home, okay, you can get on Craigslist in West Virginia. And I could count every day at least 25 or 30 homes, okay, from the range of $7,000 or less. Some you'll have to put some time and effort and money in, okay? But once you do, it's fucking yours, okay? Them some bitches out there has done gotten to the point to where Trump just stopped a bunch of the Chinese, okay, on them 2 ports out there. But I'm letting y'all know these explosions and shit that's happening around and your power going out, part of it's Trump and our military trying to do the right things and close it down before anybody really realizes what's happening. So there ain't complete fucking chaos. And the other part of it is the idiots that's hiding in the fucking woods out there. Y'all better have an understanding this is going on. Okay? You just don't get this much chaotic chatter from people that live out there. I'm sitting here reading comments, of people saying their cousins live out there and they're believing what their cousins is telling them. They better, okay? Wherever it starts here in the United States, they're not giving us a choice, but they're locking down the bigger cities and bigger areas because of the money, okay? Trump, please, you're my president. You're our president. Your rule of law is like law of rule right now, okay? It's doing no good. You need to start filing charges. Hit the martial law button. Treason. I'm hearing rumors that's supposed to happen the 19th of this month. It's the 14th now, okay? What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Within 5 days, they can blow half of fucking California off the map. Y'all better wake up. Don't give up your guns. Whatever y'all can do for survival as food, then there is a lot of smart people that could show you how to eat out of the woods. It might not taste like your flapjacks and your sausage, but if you need something to eat, there's people out there to show you what you could eat that'll keep you alive and some good clean water. Okay, like I said, I'm living in a state, and this was another reason that I wanted to come back here. Well, numerous reasons in West Virginia. I seen it as a young man doing some things with my uncles that I shouldn't have been doing. But I watched 2 uncles. One pinned down a state trooper that was trying to open up his fence that had a no trespassing sign on it, okay, with a shotgun, pinned him to the ground, made him run around on the opposite side of his car, watched it from my own 2 eyes, okay. 2 FBI agents shows up at another uncle of mine house looking for the uncle that I was at, okay. And my uncle stepped out on the fucking porch and turned his dog loose on him. Sam hit the fucking hood of the car and was eating through the fucking windows at him. Boxer. Okay? Cop threatened to shoot my uncle's dog. He said, when you do, he said, I have a hole out back in my yard just for you, motherfucker. And he meant it. What these stupid motherfucking feds didn't quite understand out here in West Virginia, they have to ask for permission to come up onto your property. Okay? What that means is, while you're standing on your property, that's your piece of heaven. That's your piece of ground that you defend. If you have a gun, you better have it. Cop or no cop, cops know this out here. They have respect for them laws out here. Mostly it's just respect, having an understanding that they don't have their say-so like they do out on the street on somebody's property out here. Especially if you got a no trespassing sign up. They have to ask for permission. First 2 years we was out here, me and my woman Evelyn, we was hearing somebody, we had the front door open, it was summertime. We was hearing somebody holler. And we was sitting in the living room watching TV, and we was like, what the hell? So we got up and walked out on the front porch. It was a state trooper asking for permission to come up onto our property. She didn't believe that that happened till she seen that with her own eyes. Okay? Y'all better put yourselves in some places that protect you and yours, not theirs and take yours. Because they're out to take yours. And they're not going to give us no damn chance or choice. They've been in power for so long that this shit should have been what the masses of us understood. Okay? It started up here, and you started feeling it here, and you know damn well something wasn't right. Okay? I started seeing it as a young teenager and didn't pay much attention to it because I thought it was every day. You know, this is how it is. No, I was watching cops steal marijuana off my buddies and stick it in their fucking pocket. And this is a teenager in a place called Roanoke, Virginia. Then, early 20s, I get invited to a party up, let's just say, it's like the Beverly Hills of Roanoke, Virginia is the Huntington Hills. Okay. A friend of mine's taking me to a party. Tells me on the way there not to pay attention to a lot of the people that's there. There's a lot of prominent people at this party. Well, I get there and the prominent people was at this party. Drugs every fucking where. Okay? If I wanted a hooker, they was downstairs. They was bikers every fucking where. 3 or 4 different types of chapters. Not just one, okay, but 3 or 4 different types of chapters. And for the ones that don't quite understand, there was some Hells Angels there, there was some pagans there was some banditos, and mixed groups of other people with other types of chapters. There was limos sitting there, there was fancy cars sitting there. Walk in, women was dressed like you'd see them dressed at a Hollywood ball, okay, most of them. Some of them dressed, you know, as their biker boyfriends, and depends on what crowd they was with. Then come to find out that there was judges, doctors, lawyers, cops, all different types there. Big old pile of cocaine sitting on a coffee table for everybody to go by and break them off a chunk of a rock and snort them a big old line. There's a big old punch bowl plumb full of marijuana, 2 or 3 different types of moonshine, 2 or 3 different types of any kind of bourbon you wanted, 2 or 3 different types of beer that you wanted. Okay, that's when it started ringing a bell to me, and I was seeing, okay, what it was. If I wanted to be a part of it, it meant that I was going to have to be one of their foot soldiers. Okay, that meant I had to put my life in danger for the son of a bitch wearing the $3,000 suit over there, loving up on 3 or 4 women with his wife at the house. Okay, I seen parts of it as a young young man. Then started seeing it throughout the United States as I started traveling with my thumb. Okay. It kind of shook me a little bit. I was thinking, do I really want any of this? Okay. Then I finally stuck my nose to the grindstone trying to do the right thing. Okay. Become a master plumber. Damn if I didn't come close. Within that 2 weeks of taking that test, getting a promotion, moving up into a foremanship, making more money, company truck and everything, had massive heart attack, open heart surgery. Okay. I just took screeching halt, period. Okay. In the process of that, this is just some of my story that I'm letting y'all know. This is what woke me up as I went along in life. Okay. Get home after the surgery and everything, still bleeding chest. I even tried to go back to work, blood coming through my shirt, and my boss seen it. Then he asked me where my release papers was. They're at the house. I'll bring them tomorrow. No, he wasn't going. He wasn't going for that. But anyway, uh, that part of the story, and wrote a letter from the corporate office where I was working, told if I had the letter to release me, they would take me back and be glad to have me. Okay, I done turned into that type of person. Okay, good worker. Um, Bosses hated me in a way and loved me in other ways. When it come down to inspection days, they loved the shit out of me because they never had no problem of getting anything that I done passed. But they didn't like that I took my time doing it. But I done it by the book. Even got bragged about by several inspectors in several states. Okay. But anyway, get home thinking, okay, what I'm going to try to do is try to keep a house in Roanoke, Virginia. Bought it for $32,000. Went in and borrowed some money against it to fix it up. Put nice wood Bruce hardwood floors in the kitchen and in the dining room. Built it up. Built a big old deck, 16 by 16 on the back of the house. Put in new windows, new vinyl. Put in a laundry room / pantry right off my kitchen. Put in new kitchen cabinets, new faucets, everything. Okay. I had a walk-in private appraised. Okay. This is years back. Okay. Before my open heart surgery. And I had one of the guys appraise my house somewhere around 90 some $1,000. A private appraisal. It wasn't nothing on record, but he filled the paperwork out for me and I still got it, showing me that he would come back and give me this fair appraisal price once I got things done. Okay. Get home from the hospital thinking, well, I want to try to keep my house. Been there 18 years. So I said, well, let me call them. I started talking to them, and the individual on the phone was telling me that I needed to go to the court of records, and which he didn't know what Chase had done either. Okay. So I get back with him in a couple of days after I went and pulled copies of things out of my court of records on the property in Roanoke, Virginia. And I started asking him questions. I said, a contract is something that's binding, is it not? Because I went and looked these laws up, okay, under contract law. He said, yeah. I said, well, how is it that these papers was not filed until a day or two after the first phone call I had with you? The guy kind of stopped, paused, listened to me for a second, and he said, well, that ain't proper. I said, okay, number two. I said, how is it that they created a whole nother deed of trust? He stopped, he paused, he's quiet, and you could hear it on the other line that was somebody whispering to him in his ear. I couldn't make it out, but I could hear the whisper. He said, that's not proper either. I said, well, how did they take my contract, my original mortgage, and give beneficiary to a company called Mears? He said, that's not proper either. So then he cut the whole conversation off and started talking to me about the refinance to get my mind off of it. Okay. my mind was still stuck in it. Okay. Started digging for my own self and seeing for my own self. I was part of the 2000, well, mine was actually 2006 up through 2008. Then I started realizing how many pieces of property on the same block I was living on, Wise Avenue, that was tied up with Chase Manhattan. Roanoke City's part of it too. They're a bunch of crooked son of a bitches. Because if they would have audited the records, okay, I went and put rebuttals in the records, okay, to try to get these people to go in and do their job, but they wouldn't do their job. If they would have audited the records, they would have seen Chase Manhattan was fraudulently ripping me off, plus the city. But they didn't care because Chase Manhattan, somewhere along the lines, had done paid them a whole lot of money or promised them some things that was getting built in Roanoke that nobody knowed nothing about. Somewhere along that line, I'm sure if somebody had more knowledge of knowing how to dig more information out, they would have found even more. But they had my $90,000 house that I bought for 32 that still had 60 some thousand dollars owed left on it as a $1 million property. So, here again, any of y'all that thinks that any of these people are really on your side, you're sadly mistaken. And for you little fools and idiots that's out here running around committing chaos because they're giving you $20 an hour, you already got a hole dug somewhere and you don't know it. Okay? I'm letting you know this is how it works in the real world. The games that you're playing and the people that you're playing your games with that's paying you to run around and commit complete chaos, okay, against your friends and your neighbors, people that you growed up with, the people that at one time you respected and had an understanding about, okay, they're going to go after them first, but you're next. And they've already got your hole picked out. It might even be a damn sewer hole somewhere in some city. Dumped down a rat infested sewer hole. You won't last long, or rats will have you eat up in 24 hours. Then your bones wash out somewhere. Okay, people? Have an understanding what's going on out here is true, real. Ain't a bullshit. You better get it right. Don't know if this will even make it out today because a lot of things that's been going on, they grab, target, and shut down. Because if there's any truth in it, you can damn well better believe they don't like it. We're kind of in a winning situation because we have a president that's seems like trying to do the right thing, but everybody underneath him is doing something else. Okay. Also war castles. I started getting into them and started listening. And the individual that started all this stuff, the war castles and everything, uh, and they say it's in record somewhere that said that this man shut down the court systems, illegitimate court systems. So if the illegitimate court systems are shut down, I know damn why. I know why they ain't running in arresting these motherfuckers. There's no way to prosecute them. Okay, the military tribunals will be and is only the way to prosecute these treasonous motherfuckers. Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff, they just had a drug dealer come and file charges, proof, evidence, pictures, records, everything of all the drugs that this motherfucker's been, illicit drugs, being sold to these two motherfuckers. And we wonder why Nancy can't talk. And Adam Schiff's eyeballs look like he's a fucking deer in the headlights every time you look at him. I understand what the fuck's going on. They're doing better drugs than I am. Mine comes in a prescription bottle, though, see? And a little bit of marijuana. And time to time, a good cold beer. Be scared to drink any good hard liquor because it'd probably stop my heart. But anyway, peace to all y'all. Love y'all. I hope people start waking up to what's going on. Okay? Uh, it needs to be, I mean, I hate to say it. If the shit kicks off in California and we start getting the media feeds from the everyday person from their phones, their tablets and everything, then hopefully people will fucking take that plunger out of that motherfucking ass of theirs, get up off the fucking couch, and have an understanding they better be prepared before it's too late. Peace.